Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome to the NCAA tournament in Season 1. How about this Long Beach State squad? We ended up beating every team in the conference tournament that we went up against, and now we land ourselves with the number 16 seed versus number 1 Cal. And we actually had to play a play-in game to get here. We defeated Montana State last round. Now, Cal has one of the best players in the nation in Doug Weathers. He did win Conference Player of the Year in the Pac-10 back then. We'll just call it the Pac-12. And they have a very good squad. I mean, I just wanted to compare this to our squad. Our highest rated guy right now is Zion Storm, and he's about 64 overall. Zion Storm wouldn't make this team. That's the type of difference in overall this team is compared to us. And they have a ton of shooters. Look at their guys that are averaging these points. I mean, these are guys averaging 2 averaging 19, 2 averaging 15. I mean, this is a very deep squad. We definitely are 16 seed for sure going up against this team. And now we have our work cut out. But I believe in our squad. I believe we can come through and possibly upset a number 1 seed. We have it in us. We just need to put it all on the floor and leave it out there. So let's see if we can get this done here in round 1 versus the number 1 seed Cal. And we will lose the opening tip-off, and Cal starts out with the ball. So here on the first possession, here's a layup and inside. Good defense that time. It looked like Caesar was in there as well. And we do get an early stop. But here is the next possession, and that is a dunk by Kevin Wake, who is a senior for this Cal team. So 2-0 lead early on for Cal, passing around. An open shot, this time by Storm, and he misses the mid-range jump shot, rebounded by Alex Hunt and pushed up the floor this time. Let's see if we can stop this high-powered Cal offense, and they do drive the lane, and that is good, and won by Marcus Samuel, the sophomore, as he did average 15.8 points per game in the regular season. In the first shot is good, so an early 5-point lead. Open shot opportunity this time, and that is Wendell Caesar. He gets us going on the board, and we get our first 3 of the game. So here is Storm getting a pick and roll from Baz Helcott and getting to the lane, and he ties this game up early. As Cal does have that up-tempo offense, they're going to shoot quickly. Here's a floater this time, and picked up on the rebound by Hunt. And Cal does start out pretty well on defense. But we are getting a pretty good start to this game, at least on the defensive side of the ball, I should say. I meant offense. As here's a pass inside to Helcott, and it's laid up and in, and it's a 7-7 game early on. So here's Cal back on offense, this time working it around the perimeter, inside, and it's laid up and in, and I believe that is Samuel again. He has 7 early points. So he has not missed a shot yet. Here's Storm in transition. Looks like he is pushing up the court. Pass around to Caesar. A deep 3. It is good. Caesar hits the deep one, and that one brings it to within 1. But Cal does get a bucket right back, and here is Samuel once again. A little give and go this time, and he gets the foul on the inside. That's Baz Helcott with the contact, and he goes to the line, and that's actually Todd Andrews, not Samuel, and he hits the first 1 of 2. The second free throw is up, and it is good. An early 5-point lead here for Cal. So here is the bench in the game now. CS Bands. Here is Cuba London in the game. He hits a 3. He rarely gets some playing time, but Zion Storm was gassed keeping up with this Cal offense, so I had to give him a little bit of a break. Here working it inside is Cal, and another bucket on the inside. And you can just see we're trying to make some substitutions here because you can just already tell Cal is starting to go on a roll with their bench. Here's a jump shot this time, and it's good. Cal takes the early 8-point lead. So now here's Cal with the 8-point lead. Here's a block shot, but a rebound and a foul. Delmatrice Bomaye on the contact. And they go to the line. Leon Underwood averaging 8 off of the bench this year. And the first shot of 2 is good. And we do put Caesar and Storm back into the game. And they do take the early 10-point lead. We need to get our starters back into the game. So now here, working it, trying to push it up the court. But look at this defense by Cal. And Joyner loses the ball. And stolen, and it is laid up and in by Andrews. And they are on a 10-0 lead here in the first half. So now we need something. Here is Storm driving the lane, and that is a good bucket that time. Breaking that run, but it's still a double-digit lead. So here we are. We need a stop on defense. Here's Andrews, another three, and it's good. I believe that was actually Marcus Samuel who shot that shot. I get them mixed up. They look exactly the same on the court. And here is a drive by Andrews, rebounded. It's a 15-point lead already for Cal. But Joyner pushing up the court, working around. Caesar, open three. It's good. He hits it. He's got 9. He's 3 of 6 from the field already. But it's still a 12-point deficit. As here we are trying to play some D. We got the steal on this possession. Here's Joyner pushing it up the court. And let's see if he drives to the lane. He dishes it out to Caesar. A deep 2, and it's good. He had a foot on the line, and it's back down to a 10-point lead. But Cal does get back on the board here, stretching it back to 12. But we do get a rebound here. Push it up the court. This time Storm to the corner. Spratley, he shoots, and it's good. It's now back to a single-digit lead here. It's a 9-point game here for Cal. But here they are driving the lane this time. Another shot by Underwood off the bench. He's got 8 so far, and he has given them quite the boost. I think that's the difference between the two teams. I mean, they have scoring like no other off the bench. Here is Spratley getting a little pick and roll, a little jump shot from about like 6 feet away, and it's good off the glass. It's now a 7-point game. So here we are down by 7. A corner 3 missed by Spratley. Rebounded. Helcott back out to Takashi. Takashi tries to get a foul, and he does with 1.2 seconds left on Bryce Ritchie. So he is very terrible at free throws. He goes to the line. He's going to miss that first one. The second one also off, and that one is going to take us into halftime as they heave that one all the way down court. But we are staying in this game. It's a 7-point lead here for Cal. I am pleasantly surprised. They did go on that run, but we actually came back and did pretty well for us. It's 34-27 at halftime. I think we still have a shot. So in the second half, we just really need to keep up with their offense. I can't lie. They can make any shot, anybody on their team. Underwood off the bench had 8, and then they have Samuel and Richards at point guard. And it's Samuel and Andrews, I should say, at point guard. And they are really good on offense. But here's a jump shot already. Caesar getting going. He's been our leading scorer so far, and he gets us to a 5-point lead. So here's a steal this time. Good defense by Wendell. Pushing it up the court to Storm. Back out to Wendell. And he's fouled on that one. And he goes to the free throw line. Wendell Caesar, how about him carrying the load with scoring? His first shot of 2 is going to be way off. Maybe some nerves here in this game. And the second free throw is good. It's now a 4-point lead here for Cal. We have trimmed it down. Remember, we were down by as many as 12 in the first half. Here's some more defense. Deflected by Helcott. Pushed up the court. Caesar by himself. An open dunk. It's a 2-point game here for Long Beach. How about this run from our scoring as far as our starters go? But here is a pass inside, and that is an and one. How about killing the momentum that time? And that is going to be Kevin Wake at the line, and he makes it a 5-point game on the and one. And now here we are down by 5. We still can keep it going. Passing around this time, Joyner. Look who's open in the corner. It's Caesar. It's good. Back to a 2-point game. How about Caesar in this one? We're shooting 39% from the field as Cal is shooting 43 as they're working inside to the post. Jump shot, and it's good. That is Doug Weathers. He has been missing. He is the conference player of the year in the Pac-12. And now it's to a 4-point game. Open 3 once again. In the corner, Joyner hits it. It's now a 1-point game here for Long Beach. How about this matchup here? 16 versus 1. So here is Andrews passing it around. This time, Samuel, 3. And they needed that shot. It's now a 4-point lead here for Cal. So now here they are. Once again, a deep 3, and it's good. Off of the bench, they have tons of scorers, but that time it was Wake for the 3. And I believe that was actually Alex Hunt, their power forward. He hits that one. And now here's Andrews, another fadeaway shot, this time for the lefty. And he's got 10 early points. It is now, here we are with 9 minutes left. This lead is back up to 11. Here is Storm driving the lane. He can't get it to go. Storm has been missing on the scoring end of things in this game. And now they have possession here, working it around for a good shot, working it in the post. Fade away two, and it's good over Delmatrice Bamaye. And that stretches it to an eventual 15-point lead. Here is Joyner off of the screen, and he misses that one. Rebounded by Cal, pushing it up the court. And now look at this. They are at the top, passing it inside, and good. 17-point lead. Their biggest lead of the game now. They're starting to pull away. Is now their defense is starting to step up as well. This is a very up-tempo game. Pass inside, jump shot, and it's good. It's now a 19-point lead. And Long Beach looks like they may have just run out of gas. Here's Spratley in the corner. That one's good. Back to a 16-point lead, but with 6.5 to go, it's very unlikely here. But a couple of good possessions. Maybe we can go on a run. Here's a drive to the lane, and a foul, and one. Cal is just doing everything in this game. They're driving the lane, shooting threes when they need it. And now it's a 19-point game here. Cuba London in the game is trying to run the two-man game. And there is Caesar with a jump shot. We're going to leave him in for the rest of the game for sure. And here is Storm now playing some defense on Andrews, passing it. And that is an easy bucket with the layup. And it's back to a 19-point lead. So 5.5 minutes left. Here's Joyner just stopping and popping. It's going to be off the mark. But here's Cal the other way. They are running in transition this game quite a bit. Andrews, and it's good. Contact and everything. It's a 20-point lead, the biggest lead of the game for Cal. And let's see if Storm can get going here, pick and roll. He tries to get to the lane, but he passes it out, way out to Caesar. He meant to pass that to Takashi, but it gets back to him and lays it in. But only still a 16-point lead here for actually a 20-point lead here, as that makes it a 17-point lead after the three by Wendell Caesar. He has been our lone scorer so far. Working it inside to Joyner, the contact. He could not get that one to go over the player of the year, Weathers. And here's Andrews at the top. 2 minutes left here in this game, getting the pick and roll. He's going to take it, drive the lane. Andrews, contact, and a foul. And one for Andrews. How about the senior point guard, Todd Andrews? And it looks like this game has been put out of reach officially. Here is Caesar. Step back three-pointer. That is off. 17 seconds left. They run this clock out, and that will do it. It was an improbable run by Long Beach, but it was just too much. Cal played literally 40 minutes of just 100% all-in basketball. I mean, we can give teams, good runs, but to play at a very, very high level to keep up with Cal the entire game, that's where they got us. And we just did not have the talent, to be honest. Caesar, he was on 24 points, but nobody else really showed up, to be honest, on the offensive end. How about Helcott and Takashi, though, had 8 rebounds and 9 rebounds, respectively. They had a very good defensive game, especially containing Weathers, who was the player of the year for them. And he only had 4 in this game. He had 10 rebounds, but only 4 points. Samuel had 17. Andrews had 13. I mean, it was a pretty all-around good game for them, expected, to be honest. And that's what happens when you're a 16 seed going up against a 1 seed. And you can just see they shot 50% from the field. We shot in the 30s. I mean, that's the big difference. They got it done. So let's recap this season really quick and go over the numbers really fast. Wendell Caesar averaged 16.5. That was his final game. He had a really good season, to be honest. How about Storm, though? He's only a freshman. He's going to build off of this. 16 points, 6 assists this season. Joyner had 8 points. He shot extremely well from 3. I was pleasantly surprised when we got him in the lineup. He just didn't give it back, to be honest. Helcott had a really good year to me. 8 rebounds, 8 points as well. Spratley off the bench, he played extremely well, to be honest. And even towards the end of the season, he really started to develop that jump shot, and I really, really loved it. And honestly, that's something we can build off of going into next year, because I don't know if Spratley is going to start next year because Wendell season is graduating, or he's going to continue to come off the bench. But right now, I probably would say he would start. It depends on the recruits coming in for sure. And then looking at the rest of our team, Takashi averaged 7 rebounds, only two points though. But still, that's what his role was. CS Banja averaged 2 points off the bench. Buster Howard averaged 2.3 rebounds. Trevor Williams averaged 4.4 when he did play. But I gotta say, I was really surprised by the year we had. I was very proud of these guys. We got to the tournament, and that's all I really asked for. So now, we actually did finish second in Coach of the Year in the Big West, behind Cal State Fullerton's coach, who went 20-11. I'm surprised we didn't win that, to be honest, because I don't think any expert picked us to even be that good and really run the table in our conference. And then Zion Storm wins Freshman of the Year in the Big West. So big praise from him, really high praise. I'm excited for his sophomore year. He was very good. I didn't think that he was that good of a shooter, but he ended up being a really good shooter for this team. So Big West first team. I'm not going to look at All-American NCAA because it doesn't really matter because you guys don't know those players anyway. But I'm going to just go over some of the first team and second team all-conference. It says All-American, but it's just for our conference. Oliver averaged 16 points, and he ended up being the first team or second team center there with 16 and 12. But how about Zion Storm? He did make second team all-conference, averaging 16 and 6. All defensive first team, Dominique Weekland, who was the player of the year in our conference. He made first team on offense, or first team conference, first team defense, and was player of the year. All freshman first team. How about Zion Storm? He makes second team all conference, and that pretty much makes him first team all freshman. And then Joseph Spratley makes second team all freshman in the conference. I was very surprised at that. But now we head into the off season. Next episode, we will look at that. It's going to be heavy recruiting because we do have 2 scholarships left. And remember, we had Simpson, who agreed to a scholarship, in Cotton as well. So we will have to see what we're going to do with this team in the future. I'm excited, though. I'm ready for season 2. Hit subscribe, hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I be trying to do me, but they be trying to copy, though. Only problem with that is they not me, though. People act cool, but really they be shiesty, though. They say they got your back, but they ain't even behind me, though. I be low key, but police be trying to find